Thank you for tuning into the channel, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great night. My name is Rob Plunkett, and I'm here with Moustafa Badawi. This is a man I've come to know, and I want you to know him as well as I do. So I'm here to talk to him. I hope you also watch the other video that we're doing and the other videos that we do. Hi, Moustafa. How are you doing tonight?
Hello, Robert. How are you?
I'm doing
Hello,
fine.
everybody.
I wanted to take a chance. You know, we already had the one video, and it was your introductory video, but I thought maybe we should just talk about things. Answer some questions that people would have. This will be like a video FAQ, frequently asked questions. But I ask you some questions to help people get to know you.
Yes, please.
And your motives in doing this.
Yes, please.
And then who you are as a person.
Yes.
So, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Can you tell me a bit about your journey? So can you tell me how that you came, we know you were born in Alexandria, but tell me a little bit about how you came to be now a manufacturer, wholesaler, reseller. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, lifetime journey. I mean, at the age of 60, I have gone through so many ups and downs. Of course, every now and then I get depressed. Also, oh my God, I mean, I made a mistake, like everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, I have this passion, all right, toward business and toward developing myself all the time. I mean, I owe it to my family, to my wife, to my children, to be successful all the time. I mean, I refuse to go down. I inspire my children, my two daughters and my son, all right? My children, they consult with me in every move they make, every step they take. Before they do anything, Daddy, what you think of this? And that is really, it's something very important to my soul.
Why do your children consult with you like that?
You know what? They trust me. It's number one. I mean, I gain the trust of my children. To gain the trust of your family, your children, and your wife, this is priceless. Because they saw you, you are there all the time for them when they need you. If they go down, all what they need to do, call 911. Who's 911? Daddy. They see the success story we have.
Yeah.
Supported them since they were born, put them in the best schools to my ability.
Right.
All right. Making sure that they get the best education possible. And that was critical to my soul. Right. And I went through life. I mean, this is why I had to change so many careers. From teaching to go to space company, to starting a business, all right? From a retail to a wholesale to the final destination, which is the ultimate goal in the retail business, to be a manufacturer, which I am right now.
Right.
I manufacture right now.
Let's talk a little bit about where all you've been. So you've been a teacher?
Yes. High school.
High school.
High school.
Okay. So then you worked as a computer programmer.
Sorry, yes.
And then as a
contract administrator.
An administrator.
Yes.
Then from there you went to Switzerland and you saw the sculptures, and that's what brought you to art.
The art store.
Were you already interested in art before?
I love art.
Yeah.
I already had passion for the beautiful art.
This is something you already knew you had a passion for.
Yeah. And you know what I feel?
But seeing it reminded you.
It just brought that inside me.
Right.
It developed something that was hidden inside me. That wait a minute, I can be in this business.
Right.
Right. The thing about the art, it was never something that I thought of that can be a career. All right. Till I saw that day. Wait a minute, I can do that. I found a lady, right, technically dusting the sculptures.
Right.
And it's at Zurich. I said, this is early morning. I mean, I saw it. I fell in love. I said, oh my God. She spoke English. I said, oh my God, this is beautiful. And that's when I decided, actually, I'm going to be in business for myself, doing the same thing. I just didn't know how.
Right. And this is all before you got married.
This before I got married, yes.
Right, so all this progression was before you got married.
I did not have a wife or children yet, yes.
Right.
It's all before I got married.
Okay, so then you became an art dealer?
Yes.
Or antiquities and art, whatever.
Yes, in Laguna Beach, California.
Laguna Beach, and you had 12 stores?
Later on, yeah.
It advanced to 12 stores?
Yes. Retailer first, then I became a wholesaler.
Retailer? Wholesaler?
Wholesaler, importing stuff and wholesaling to the biggest companies in the United States.
Which were like what?
Costco. BJ's in the East Coast, Sam's Club.
Sam's Club, okay.
Yes. And I did that for a few years. It was fantastic, actually.
Awesome.
But also after that, you know, I mean, the middleman it was getting eliminated because the road opened to China at the time.
Right.
So those guys were going to China directly.
So you had to find a new avenue.
Exactly. I had to
Right.
find a new avenue. So I said, well, how can I deal with those people? The only way to be a manufacturer. This when I decided to start manufacturing products. That's the
Right.
only way. I could not be a middleman anymore. They went themselves to China, dealing with China directly. Now, I cannot deal with them from the United States. I have to be the source. What is the source going to be? Going to be China.
Right.
Then I started manufacturing in China. Outdoor furniture. That's
Outdoor
exactly-
furniture in China.
Yeah.
And then you were selling that to the same people. More or less.
Yeah, well, to the same people, like to Costco and Home Depot.
And Home Depot.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, this was.
So then from manufacturing there, you.
I stayed with the manufacturer
Okay.
for a few years.
Okay.
Then what happened? I sold the whole business.
Sold out.
Sold out.
Okay.
This
And
was 2007.
okay. Yeah. So in 2008 we had the crash.
When the crash.
Okay. And then you decided to. Where did you go from there?
I said I need to improvise. I had to think of a new avenues. But that time, by the way, also I went back to Egypt.
Okay.
Right. You know what I mean? And I started the business there, or I joined the business there with my friends, which is
Okay.
like QVC of Egypt, Quality
Right.
United Group.
Okay.
I joined the business with my partners and friends there.
Okay.
Stayed there for a few years, right? Then I said, I'll be honest with you, that was not my cup of tea. It's not the business, right? I'm already outgrowing being in Egypt. It was nothing wrong with that, but just I call it the American side of my personality.
Right.
Right. Just was some sort of a conflicts. Not culture, by the way, just me. It's the way I was thinking, the way I said, no, I need bigger than that.
Right.
I need a bigger,
So you
came back
to U.S. Back to California at that time.
Came back to California.
Right.
Right.
At some point you moved up here.
Here was pure accident. When I'm saying here,
Accident, yeah.
nobody knows what is here.
Yeah, right. Of course.
This is North Dakota.
Yeah.
Pure accident. I just stumbled in here. All right. Then the boom of the oil boom, which
Right.
kept me here for all those few years. But then, right, I have my other company still in Egypt.
Right.
But I have another manufacturer in Egypt right now. Manufacturing.
Something you're way more interested in.
Exactly.
Pillows.
Well, memory foam.
Memory
Which
foam
is-
pillows, right.
This is, it's good for people, for their back, for their necks. It's medicated memory foam. Actually, it's good for everybody. I mean,
Right.
it helps you. Very successful. And now I'm outgrowing the factory that I have. I need to have a bigger factory.
Right.
All right. And I do have another company in Egypt, which is importation company.
Right.
Supplying the biggest chain stores in Egypt, something like Costco, you call it Carrefour. It's a
Yes.
French company.
Yeah.
Right, huge company. And Spinneys, also in Egypt. And another company, local company, is called Hyper One. So I'm the supplier for all those people. Very
And then
successful.
also you still import into the U.S. too,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, yes.
Some
Yes,
things,
yes.
not a lot, but still import
Yes,
some
yes,
things here.
yes, yes.
So
I import for others too, by the way. There's a lot of people, they want merchandise.
Right.
All right. They don't know, they can do it, but because I have the experience and I have the connection in China, I
right,
can
you
come
already
as-
know what you're doing.
Exactly. So I import for them, and I have my, market. I have many, Robert, I have many opportunities.
Yes.
And I say one thing, anybody can do it. Just you have to search in your soul.
Right.
What do you like?
Find
What-
the things that you like.
Exactly.
Find your hidden talents and and we're going to go
Develop
through all that.
those
We're going to do that
yes,
for
yeah.
help people to do that.
Yes.